All right, Morning Manna team, check it. I have looked at this. I've actually even preached about 1 Kings 19, this spot where Ahab tells Jezebel, hey, listen, Elijah did all this stuff. And Jezebel's like, if he's not dead tomorrow, then I'll be. And so Elijah takes off in fear and he's running. And he leaves Israel and finds his way into Judah. And then actually, God leads him into the wilderness. And there's a verse in there that could almost be a throwaway. You could read it 100 times and miss it. But as I was pondering through this story, because there's some really amazing thing that happens. God takes Elijah up on the mountain, an angel comes and feeds him bread and water. He takes a nap in the middle of that. We'll talk about that soon. But there's this spot in the middle. He's running, and then he leaves his servant, and he keeps running. Later in 1 Kings 19, he calls Elisha to come be the guy who serves him and follows him. So the servant of the prophet is oftentimes like the prophet in training, the junior prophet. And it's interesting to me, if you continue with the story of Elijah and Elisha, the reason Elisha ends up with a double portion of Elijah's anointing ministry blessing is because Elisha stays with Elijah until he's taken up into heaven. He won't leave him. Even when Elijah says, hey, Elisha, stay here, I got to keep going. No, I'm going with you. I'm going to be there with you until the end. But it's interesting to me, as Elijah runs on one of the worst days of his life, he's got this servant with him who's taking care of him, who's learning from him. It's maybe the junior prophet. And then he lets himself be left. So I was thinking about it, I'm like, Lord, what's the deal there? And why is that important? And why is that detail in here? And what does that mean to us? And I started to think about myself and my circle and the friends I have around me and the people who are pouring into me as mentors and the people I'm pouring into and the peer friends that I have and all of the people who are closest to me. And I had this thought, it's important for us to have a lot of, maybe not a lot, that could be the wrong terminology. It's important for us to have a circle of friends. Some of them we're ministering to, some are not pouring that much into us, but we're pouring into them. But the people closest to you, you want those people to be the ones you go to war with. And so here is Elijah in one of the places of his most significant need, and he ends up alone. I think it's always wise to audit our relationships. Do you have the people who are there for you, who are with you, your covenant friends, who will go with you if you've got to go to war? If you don't, find them. If you are that for somebody else, be that for them. Let's make sure that we're doing this life of faith as a community, supporting each other. God bless you, Manna Church. Have a great day.